Well, feels good to be home, and I think it's time we go on the actual first drive with baby Yodi all the way back home in Maryland. And let me tell y'all something. That 15-hour road trip, you know, it was supposed to take 12, and I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I left stupid early in the morning, about 1:30 in the morning, and I stopped a million times to keep putting gas in the truck, even though it was getting about 22, 23 miles to the gallon, which is pretty insane because the bed was loaded to the absolute max. I probably had like 1,500 pounds worth of stuff just alone in the bed, plus all of my stuff I had in the cabin. I couldn't even have brought one more person with me. Thank God, actually, no one came with me because truck was extremely packed. But yeah, thank God we made it home safe. This truck is a freaking unit. I am falling in love with her. Her, him, whatever you want to freaking call it. But before we jump in anything crazy and actually get in the truck, I want to show you guys under the hood more in depth so you guys get a better feel of everything. So I was looking up some of the stuff on this truck, and you know, I'm not crazy like into like knowing stuff what to do for these lowered F-150s. I know a little bit. I'm on a couple of the forums on Facebook, and I like do my research from time to time on stuff like this because I absolutely love these trucks. Before I even was getting this one, before I even thought about getting this one, the first original truck I was going to get that was a two-door short bed single cab was like a late 90s, I think I want to say 99 or early 2000 Ford Lightning. Exactly the one pretty much Paul Walker had in the movie. It was the red one, SVT, the lowered wheels, super nice truck. I love the body lines on them. And that was the main reason I really didn't care about the truck having four-wheel drive, because I really wanted that one. And having the two-wheel drive, I mean, having the four-wheel drive would be cool, but either way, I already made up my mind that I was going to have the two-wheel drive truck, even though I have the Raptor coming also. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to spend the extra 10, 15, 20,000, whatever it may be, because those trucks with the four-wheel drive that are like the higher trim, the XLT or the Lariat, they're close to like 50 to 55,000. Go check it out on cars.com. Pretty insane. I paid $32,000 for this truck. It is a 2019. I got it with 14,200 miles. So this truck is pretty much brand new. And this truck did come with a lot of goodies on it. So I'm gonna start from the front, work my way to the back. And I haven't really looked underneath the truck. I looked under a little bit when I was there in Nashville, but I really want to throw it up on the lift, but I got the Fox body on the lift right now, so we're probably going to do that another time. I don't remember exactly what the suspension full setup was up front. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know it's got Viking adjustables in the rear, which is perfect, so when we go do some dig racing, this truck should be able to hook up. And everyone was like already commenting, boost it, go twin turbo, go Whipple, go VMP. And you know, I mean, in being the truck, being that it's a two-wheel drive, I really do think the best route would be a Pro Charger, because Pro Chargers don't make that much torque. They make about 550 to 600, I believe, on the system that I was looking at. So being this truck two-wheel drive, it wouldn't knock the tires right off the hit like a Whipple or even a twin turbo would. Twin turbo wouldn't probably as much as the Whipple, but you would have to like kind of slowly ramp in the boost, which is just a lot more tuning. But I think the Pro Charger would be perfect. Would be a badass setup with this, especially. Change this grill to the other one with like the honeycomb look, and put a fat ass intercooler on the front. But besides the point, we're not at the point of boosting yet. We still got to get this thing running and driving. Superb. All motor, because I still want to do like the full racing with it, NA, just to see what the truck can do against Mustangs, Camaros, against pretty much anything that wants to race. So we have a 1320 ported junky intake manifold. It is off the Mustang, so it has more flow. Like the truck manifold, from what I read, it was designed to make torque. The runners were a lot shorter for a lot of low end, I guess, torque and stuff like that. And it has an SMB cold air intake. Morimoto headlights up front with the LEDs, which look freaking amazing. LEDs also at the bottom. These are like FX4 like Sportage wheels. I had these on my 2017 F-150. Super clean look. They almost do look like the SVT wheels that came on the early 2000 SVT trucks, which I kind of also like that. And like I was saying before, it's got the Viking adjustables in the rear. I'm gonna climb under the truck so y'all can see them. So you can see right there, Viking, and I believe I adjust these to to soften up the suspension or tighten it up so when I'm racing, and you guys can see over there too, this truck is super clean underneath. It was an awesome buy. So the truck does have headers on it. I do have a set of high flow cats for the truck. The guy, Blake, that sold me the truck, it came with a bunch of extra exhaust stuff. So we are definitely 1000% changing the exhaust setup on this truck. It is extremely loud. At idle, it sounds great. Under 3,000 RPMs sounds perfect, has the perfect coyote tone. Anything above 3,000, it's just like super loud and like, it's like almost like obnoxious. It's like clapping. It's like that, you know, I don't know how you see the squatted trucks go like this and they're freaking like, wah, 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 wah. Yeah, it's not, nowhere, it doesn't sound like a coyote to me. It definitely doesn't sound like Apollo or even Colin's car or even Steve's car with the Borla. And I do have like a nice big Borla muffler that I could put on this. So we're gonna weigh our options. We're definitely 100% doing side exit exhaust. And I'll jump in the interior, show you guys a little bit of that before we start up the truck and go for a little spin. So like I was saying before, this truck is gonna be my daily for quite some bit until the Raptor comes in, and then I'm gonna flop back and forth because the Raptor we're gonna be using for off-road content. Also, if I was spending the money on something, I wanted something that I also be able to use for racing wise, that it's going to be able to handle a beating. Perfect 10 speed, perfect stout Gen 3 motor, and I'm really not even worried about it. I give Apollo hell and it runs like a raped ape, so that's why I was like, you know what, why not another Gen 3 Coyote? And this is perfect. So it's got the leather interior. It was added on. It's like one of those aftermarket things you could add at the dealer. It's not like a seat cover. This is the only thing that's kind of weird with the Velcro strap, but it's like full stitched in. I was looking at it, it's kind of weird the way they designed it, but you can see it's 100% stitched in, which is actually super nice. And then we jump in the truck. It's got WeatherTech floor mats. It's actually super comfy. It's super easy to drive. We need to upgrade this to the big nice sync screen. If anyone has one, please hit me up. I really want that. This still works great. In case someone wants to buy that, you all can have that, or even pay me like $5. I don't care. And then we got an N gauge right here. It's kind of like the base cluster. This is a XL truck, so this is like almost, I believe it's one of the lowest trims for Ford, and I must say I am perfectly content with it. It has everything. It's got the headlamp. It's got everything you need, and you know, surprisingly enough, it has tremendous amount of space. Like, I can put my seat all the way back, and I can barely freaking, like, my feet will barely reach the pedals, and my hand is like barely about to touch the steering wheel. So that's with the seat all the way back, which is great. Plenty of room. And then this is also a trailer brake control. The shop that I always go to, they said this is like old as hell. So we're obviously going to remove this, get rid of that, because we're not going to be towing with it, which would be pretty cool if we threw Apollo on the back of it, but I really don't want to do that to the truck, or I don't want to mess with the Viking shocks in the rear. So the exhaust on this truck is in the stock location. It's ran over the axle and out the back, which was surprising for a lower truck because most of them do rub when it goes over the axle, from what I've seen online and what I've heard. But we're going to do the side exit exhaust instead of having it back there. We're going to put it right here. I even thought about cutting the bed. Like, I don't know if you guys seen that before. I see a lot of trucks, like in Texas, they do that a lot. It's like a nice big black piece that goes there, and it has like the cutouts, and it kind of almost looks like the exhaust is like the motorcycle ones, where it kind of shapes to a nice tip going that way. That's an option, or we could do the side exit down here right in front of the tire, which is also a great design. But let's fire it up so you guys can hear it on the cold start. It is OD loud, so here it is. So y'all heard the like little clapping almost, it sounds like when it was at high idle. Wow, that's kind of like a tongue pull to say. But yeah, when it's at full throttle, oh my god, it's so obnoxious. I really don't like it. It honestly makes the engine sound like absolute dog water. For this being a Coyote, and Coyotes are known for sounding tremendously amazing. I think it's one of the top tier sounding best V8s out there, and this exhaust just is not doing justice for it. So we're gonna get that right. Let's let the truck warm up, go for a drive. Oh yeah, also forgot to mention, for y'all that were wondering, the gas mileage. So I filled it up, took about like 80 bucks at Costco, and it was pretty much on Bone E. And driving it around town the past day, I'm averaging 21.8 miles to the gallon, and I have about, when I came home, or when I topped it off at the gym, it was, or when I left the gas station, I must say, it was like 490 miles till empty. So this was after leaving the gym and on my way home and then moving it around today and idling. So it lost about close to like 40 miles to a full tank. So it's almost about 500 for a full tank, which is not bad for a daily. Especially I could swap this truck from 93 pump gas back over to E85. So we might try to run E in it for a while in case we got to race some of the boys, because we're going to need that to make it a little extra spicy. But let's go for a ride. And this is probably one of the best dailies I've ever had. Fitment's perfect, doesn't rub anywhere. I'll show you guys full lock also. It only hit the bump stops a couple times. Oh yeah, that's pretty much just full tilt. So there she is, you guys can see full clearance. Oh yeah, you can actually see the suspension up front. It is Beltec, so it's got Beltec adjustable coilovers up front, looks like. Super clean setup, stock control arm, stock blower, stock tie rods, everything looks pretty much stock besides the Beltec. So right off the bat, first impressions when I got in this truck and I was driving it, 10 speed in this with the 315s feels absolutely amazing. You can see at 52 miles an hour, my RPMs are literally at like 1200. Which is why I think this is the perfect daily. Gas mileage is going to be great, also because the Gen 3 is direct and port injected. I mean, you guys can see it, I don't know if it looks bumpy, but truck's perfectly smooth. I thought I really wasn't gonna like it that much. To be honest, I really thought I was gonna hate this truck. I was like, damn, I almost had instant regret. Once I got there, I was like, damn, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I love the way it looks. I just didn't know because this is gonna be my daily. I'm not used to something like this small as a truck wise, but you guys can see turning, no rubbing, super smooth, step right on the gas, super responsive, and you guys can hear how loud the exhaust is. Brakes, and for having the truck brakes and this being so light, this thing is freaking on rails. It stops amazing. I had to jam on the brakes pretty hard on the way home at one point. Someone kind of cut me off, and with even all the weight in the bed of the truck, had zero problem stopping. I mean, I just really am super impressed with how nice this is. I wish Ford would have brought back the Lightning. So this is pretty much I'll give it half throttle acceleration, you guys can see. That was half throttle. I swear to God, that was half throttle. It's stupid loud. Granted, it is very, very loud. But I mean, I really want to get this truck on a freaking scale. That is one of the things we have to do. See how much this thing weighs. I saw on Ford's website that this truck, oh wait, actually, check out this turn. 30 miles an hour. It's like a 25 mile an hour exit. Take it up to 40. Really slim to no body roll. Truck's planted. Can even take the turn sharper. I mean, this truck just has so much confidence. It's almost disgusting why Ford did not use this as a platform for performance. They could have straight up, Ford Performance team could have took one of these and turned this into a straight freaking Hellcat killer with the 4 auto that these have, straight 2-wheel drive pretty much majority of the time, and then it's front wheel assisted, which throws the powers up front. I mean, they got the technology in the Raptor. I mean, they could have did this no problem with one of these trucks, and I'm almost positive it would have been a very, very hot topic, because they're just so light, and it's crazy. I don't know if y'all seen Midnight Performance, their trucks are straight animals. Gavin from It's Just a Six, his truck is a straight animal, and that was kind of another reason I've been watching all them trucks and how much beating that they're giving the Gen 3 and the 10 speed. That's what kind of steered me away from the early 2000 SVT truck, because they're older, granted, they're 20 years old, and then not having parts accessible for them, and I kind of feel like something modern, newer, it just fits the channel so much better. And to really think, it was between a C6 Z06 or a short bed single cab F-150 with a Gen 3 Coyote. And I really thought this through, very, very deep. I was lot of Ford people really aren't a huge big fan of Chevrolet products, and you know, I have my fair share of things I do and do not like with Chevrolet products. But I was a fan of the C6 Z06, but you know, they do have head problems. You need to get that fixed right away. To do a good heads, cam, intake, like the full 9 package, parts and labor, I got a couple quotes. It was looking to be around like $10,000, and I would be making around, like, with fuel system and with the whole 9, pretty much full bolt-ons ready to rock, I'd be making, I think it was like $650 or $630. It was NA, heads, cam, intake, like fully balls to the wall NA you can get with a C6. Then I started weighing my odds with the single cab F-150. I was like, you know, for the price, I was looking to spend like close to low $30,000, and I paid $32,000, like I said before, on this truck. And the C6 is the best I could find. It was around like $36,000 to $40,000, which still wasn't horrible for the type of car I'm getting. But I was not willing to like go like drop $10K right on a car that's 10, 12, 13 years old. As soon as I get it, or like it just didn't seem feasible. It just didn't make any sense. Like, why would I spend that much money on an old Corvette? Yeah, granted, they're cool, they look nice, and everyone does like them, but in my mind, a Gen 3 Coyote is way better than the LS7. Don't gotta take the heads off, don't gotta take shit off, besides doing old pump gears and crank sprocket. And I could be pushing this truck at 800 horsepower. Oh my God, look at this Chevy truck. Saw, dude. Freaking lowered gang. Let's pop this old girl in sport. I gotta be real, the tune-up in this truck isn't too bad at all. You guys saw how I was pulling right there. She boogies, and I can't wait till truck's on the 85 and it's like very, very fine-tuned. Get it 100% data logged on the street and on the dyno, just to like get everything we can out of it, but not like to the point where it's like, you know, on the ragged edge, because yet again, this is still going to be my daily driver. That was kind of like another reason I was like, I really want something fun to drive, but I want something where it's user friendly. It's not going to be horrible in bad weather. I can still put stuff in the back when I need it, and C6 really didn't fit none of those check marks. And granted, I'm asking kind of for a lot, and I just felt like this just like hit every necessary like target right on the freaking head that I wanted. And also, it's a Ford, which is just 10 times better. I feel safer owning a Ford and more confident than owning a Chevrolet. That's just me, personally. I just lost my absolute faith in Chevy after the C8 because that was a brand new car. And granted, I drove it hard, but I probably drove it nowhere near as hard as I drive Apollo. Not even relatively close. And Corvette let out on me at like 6,000 some miles and some change. Apollo's got 12,000 and some change, and it's probably done a burnout a million times. It's seen 3-digit numbers a million times. Already blew through my stock performance pack 1 brakes, completely freaking shot on them. So you guys know how I drive my things, and this truck is not going to get babied whatsoever. And you guys saw that pull. I probably have like at 150, 200 pounds worth of stuff in the truck right now in the bed. So at full like race weight, you could say, like nothing in it, and a half a tank of gas. And granted, it is full, like full to the rim of gas. You guys saw when I showed you earlier. Still sitting at full, by the way. When it's like half a tank, nothing in the truck, I'm telling you, this thing's gonna freaking rip. I just cannot wait till it's like 100%. You guys are gonna see it. It's gonna be so lit. It's gonna be spicy. Just wait. All right, thank you guys for watching today's video. Let me know what y'all think of the little POV kind of we did, just talking about Baby Yodi, of how it drives and stuff. Super happy with the truck. I'm so glad I got this over the C6. Like, I have absolutely zero regrets. And this is one of my favorite trucks so far. My 2017 F-150, I love that truck a lot, but it was just the EcoBoost that gave me problems. So wasn't a huge fan. It was just always something, but I just love the way the 10 speeds are. I love the F-Series trucks. Ford did a tremendous job with them. Hats off to Ford again. And I can't wait to spice this truck up a little more. Baby Yodi, it doesn't have my touch yet, so just wait. We are gonna do this thing up right. I assure you guys, it's gonna be freaking badass. It's gonna be one of the nicest looking single cabs you guys will see on YouTube, and we're gonna do a lot of fun shit with it. So stay tuned, drop a comment, let me know what y'all think or what y'all want to see in the next video with Baby Yodi. Hopefully it's tuned by then and we get some good racing off. Until then, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Beep it off, Mark.